The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the November 28th wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Opening Bell on The Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and folks, I am very, very happy to be with you. I absolutely treasure your presence here today, and my outcome, as always, is to provide you with, not just the tools so that you can lead an inspired life, but to help you to become a better money master out there. I want to say a special thank you to Basil Ironman Chapman out there. He did 3 hours in a row yesterday, took over and did the 9 o'clock show, my opening show here, did the Money Masters show that Tom and I do, and did his own show. So thank you so much, Basil, for covering for me. It's a possibility that I may need him to cover for me the next hour. We'll just see how I weather the storm here. Was certainly out, not feeling too well. So today may be a little bit less energy than I normally have, and probably don't sound exactly the same out there. But I'm getting through it, and let's go take a look at one of our tools. You could probably guess what tool it is, and I'm going to talk about today here this morning before we go take a look at the markets. And that tool is none other than the tool for health. So when it comes to health, folks, here's the key. Treat your body like the temple that it is, not a woodshed, because the mind and the body, folks, what they do is they work together out there, and your body needs to be an excellent, an incredible, an extraordinary support system for your mind and for your spirit out there. And if you take good care of it, your body can take you to wherever it is that you want to go with power, with the strength, with the energy, and with all the vitality that you will need to get there. Take good care of your body, folks. It is the only place you have to live. Now, it's really also all about focus out there. So when you're feeling ill, and I guarantee you, I was under the weather, not last night, but the night before, with, I don't get sick too often. In fact, since I've been here at TFNN, yesterday is actually the first day that I haven't, worked. I know I was working a little bit offline, but and the fever, I had a fever a couple of days ago. First fever I think I've had in 6 or 10 years out there at least, so not a good thing. And one of the things that you need to do if you're not feeling well, and you need to be able to learn how to do this anyways, is the ability to be able to change your focus. I mean, when you're not getting what it is that you want, what you want to make sure that you do is you want to be able to change your focus. When you're trading out here, you've got to be able to change your focus. You have to be willing to come take a look at the markets, realize you may have had expectations. I think there were a lot of folks out there had expectations of putting on, a big, huge trade to the downside. The market doesn't always meet your expectations out there. You've got to be able to change your focus. Now, one of the things, I don't really watch TV too much. In fact, I very rarely, other than football. Now, Saturdays, in college football, you can find me behind a sofa relaxing and catching all kinds of games out there. But watching just television, there's a show I actually watch. Now, what I'm really going to talk about, or just mention to you, is that, if you know somebody in pain out there, maybe somebody's dealing with something very, very significant, having a flu or having a fever is not necessarily that significant out there. But one of the things that you want to do is you want to be able to change their focus. If somebody's got a headache, in the office, get a couple people around and start massaging their body, their back, their scalp and everything. And what you'll find is their headache, they'll even tell you their headache will just simply disappear. What was difference between when you started and when you started, or when they, said they had a headache and when you started massaging them? It was all their focus. Their focus went to all of a sudden all the good things of, when have you had a bad massage out there? Try it, folks. You'll absolutely see how it works. And the reason is that you can take something as simple as that, and you can see how by changing your focus, it absolutely totally changed your whole outlook, your body, everything. And what I did, because I was flat on my back, was just simply, folks, what I just simply did was look for some comedy, because there is nothing better in life than to be able to laugh. Now, it was hard because of just simply congestion and things of that sort, but I started watching this show called The Big Bang Theory. So I don't know if you've watched that show or not. And, I give it a 2 thumbs up for sure. There were some scenes there where I haven't laughed so hard in such a long time. So I recommend you go out there and watch that show, because it is just, there were some scenes there. Literally, it was in pain from laughing so hard. It was a good pain. It was a better pain out there. And I recommend that, laughter, go find whatever it is that makes you laugh out there. But when you need to change when you need to change your focus, or maybe somebody's in pain, bring over a series of tapes or buy them the entire series of The Big Bang Theory. I think they'll get a big laugh out of it. I mean, it's just fantastic. Anyways, that's enough. Let's go take a look at these markets out here. Yesterday, I've been long and strong, and yesterday at about 3:30 to 3:45, we went ahead and we went flat, the market. So we went from being long, and when I say long, folks, we had about six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 long positions in the marketplace, always in the money with the exception of one was down 18 cents or so. Everything was in the money out there. We didn't flip our positions. We are coming into full moon Wednesday. In fact, the full moon and lunar eclipse coming in this morning at 9:47, so in about a half an hour from now. And then we've got the apogee lunar phase. That is when the moon is closest to us during this time period here. That's coming in at 2:33 p.m. this afternoon. So we do have price moving down into a full moon. The question was yesterday, because these cycles now, the last cycle was off. The new moon cycle that came in, that absolutely was off by several days out there. The question is this full moon cycle here going to be off? Was it off and maybe yesterday was a high out there? Well, we got reversal signals for sure. Right now we've got the Dow down about 30 cents. So I think today is going to be an important trading session, because on the way down, there are some areas of support out here. We'll go take a look at those. If the market's able to get through to that, it's also a way of sending us a signal. It was the New York Stock Exchange that first tipped us off. Yesterday morning's newsletter that I put out, I explained to folks that it was really the New York Stock Exchange that we wanted to be paying attention to, because that has been the strongest index out there. In fact, I'll just simply switch over to it. Normally we take a look at the futures market, but let's just go switch over to the New York Stock Exchange. Let's take a look at that chart out here as soon as I can find it. Here we go. Now, when I say it's the strongest index out there, what I'm really referring to is I'm just simply taking a look at the retracement off of the June 4th lows. So the June 4th lows, I don't have that here on my screen. Now, if you're watching us on Tiger TV, you'll see what it is I'm about to do. If you're listening on the radio, maybe your mobile device, just go to the archive on Channel 9 and you'll be able to actually see this as well. So coming off of the June 4th lows, the New York Stock Exchange, that price was 72.22 all the way up to the high that was put in on September the 14th out there. What you'll see is about a 50% retracement. All the other indexes made a much deeper retracement than the New York Stock Exchange. So the New York Stock Exchange was the strongest out there. Oftentimes from strength, you're going to find out, as strong as I thought that I was out there, the bug decided to show me that it was actually stronger than myself. And from strength is where you're going to find out a lot of information. We certainly do pay attention to weakness as well. In this case here, we'll go take a look at that when we take a look at indexes. But the New York Stock Exchange really was the strong index out there, the wider breadth of the marketplace. And that meant that we really had a handful of stocks that were pulling the market down. You all know that. You're talking about simply Apple, because of its 17.5% weighting inside the NDX, moving the composite, moving the NDX down. And so, you're not, and therefore, and Apple was certainly the strongest equity, the strongest stock out there. It's why you want to make sure that you understand where you've got strength and weakness in the marketplace. It means when you're going long, you want to go long strength. When you're going to go short, you want to go short, the weakness out here. So we can see that it was about a 50% retracement. Well, we can also see here the black lines. I'll go ahead and blow these up on my screen. I'll get rid of this little horizontal resistance line out there. So from the high of September 14th into the low that was put in on November 16th, what the New York Stock Exchange did was almost a 0.618 retracement. The 85.28-ish level, that was your 0.618 retracement, coming in off of Thanksgiving Friday. You close at its session highs. Now, folks, when you have a wide candle like this, that almost never signals the end to a move. Typically, you get a couple of days of a sideways move, either to work off that condition, that exuberance out there, and then you look for some type of sign, whether it's going to continue to move to the upside. Well, yesterday you got a key reversal day on the New York Stock Exchange. We haven't seen that in quite some time. You had yesterday you had the high and low of the candle was above and below the prior day's candle, you closed in the opposite direction. You were in somewhat of an extended condition, having done a 0.618 retracement out there. The New York Stock Exchange gave us a reversal signal yesterday. Now, in the case of the New York Stock Exchange, you've got a couple of different gaps out here. You've got the one certainly from the 21st to the, from the Wednesday to Friday. So I don't give that one as much of credit out there from a gap, just simply because we had a closed market day. We had a closed market session, if you will, from November 16th. That was the day that we went long. In my newsletter, we went long both on the 15th and the 16th out there. We took our long positions in the marketplace. You do have this other more powerful gap here from November the 19th. The low there, 8,002. Of course, you're at 81.50.77 right now. Futures are off this morning. We'll see how these markets are going to trade down into full moon Wednesday out there. Could be making another little bottom. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the Trader's Edge Show, folks. A little Big Bang music out there. They certainly have me as a viewer from now on. Absolutely great show. Let's go take a look at the futures. Let's start with the Dow futures here. We're going to look at the daily contract out here. We're looking at the continuous contract. What we can see as the market was making its low, most recent low, which was back on the 15th and 16th of November, it was forming a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals C. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that pattern out there. What we can really see here is we can see that the Dow futures traveling in a bearish descending price channel. Now, one of the reasons why I think that possibly from a price standpoint, the full moon came in early, may have come in last night, was because if we take a look at this descending price channel here, you can see how price moved up into it. In fact, on Friday, you moved up into it with, not you, but the market moved up into it with conviction. Traded sideways, as we know, on Monday. Tuesday, then all of a sudden giving it up, and we can see that was at the top of the channel line out there. And so what does that set up? That really sets up a move back to the bottom of this price channel out here. As far as where that would take us to, well, I think where it would take us to is back into the November 16th area. So on the Dow futures, that's going to be 12,434 to 12,573 out there. Let's go take a look at the other futures contracts. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000 out here. If we just simply take it, so we're going to use channel lines. So I'll go back to the channel lines here just for a moment in the Dow so that you can do this at home as well. You're looking for co-located opens and closes. So it doesn't matter. In this case here, you basically could use the, for the top of the channel, you could use the open of October 19th. That was at the 13,483. You can see it's really connecting to both the close of November 6th and the open of November 7th. So you've got at least, two more touch points there. You got into the, you can use the close of Friday's session on November 23rd. That's at the 12,961 level. So you can see you've got more than 3 co-located opens and closes. So I believe that the top portion of this channel line is well formed out there. And then you're just simply connecting it to as many co-located opens and closes you've got on the bottom side. That really takes us all the way back into the high from September 21st out there. The close on that, which was the 13,489. So you should be able to draw the same channel line on your system. Now let's go take a look at a trend line. Not that you couldn't draw a channel off of the Russell 2000, but let's just use a couple different tools out here. Let's say you can't draw those channels. If we just simply take a look at the trend line coming off of the high from September 14th, that's on the Russell 2000. You're at the 865.40 level. I then went ahead and used the high of both October 17th and the 18th out there. And what we can see here is really the Russell 2000 coming very close to moving inside there yesterday. Didn't miss it by much. When you're taking a look at this type of work here, it doesn't have to be exact Johnny on the spot out there. But that also giving us an indication that the move to the upside could be over. I was looking for the market, and it still may do this, folks. I was looking for the market to really go back and test the trend line off of the June 4th lows out here. That hasn't happened. There's got this little battle here of this descending trend line versus the rising trend line out there. We'll see how this market is going to play out here. But I had enough reversal signals yesterday to simply go ahead and go neutral. With whether or not it was the time to go short, I can show you all the reasons to go short out here. I wanted to at least wait one more day for some additional signals. If we take a look at the NASDAQ futures out here, NASDAQ futures, taking a look at just simply the price channel line. And yesterday, we know the NASDAQ futures have led the market down The NASDAQ futures only testing that trend line yesterday, not giving us a bearish candle signal. Now, today you get a close below the open from November 26. That open would be 26.33, and let me tell you, folks, that would give you a combined two-day total and certainly a bearish candle signal out there if you blend candles. And I suggest that you blend candles. So we can take a look at the descending price channel that the NASDAQ is in. That would say that the NASDAQ would want to come down and it would want to test November 16th there. Of course, what we'd have to see is really a turnaround in Apple as well. But it looks to me, because we're coming into the full moon out here, the question is, if the lunar cycles hadn't been off on the new moon, this would be an easy thing to buy, having the market pull down into a full moon. And it still may work out that way because we got some big reversal signals, some of the strongest reversal signals, quite frankly, that you can get, similar to the ones in March of 2009, similar to what we saw in June of 2012, in October of 2011 out there. Very powerful candle signals out there. Also, Chicago Board of Exchange, I think we're almost coming into break, aren't we? Chicago Board of Change, there was the largest number of calls to puts and index options on Monday in 6+ years out there. I'm not sure exactly what that means just yet. In a moment, we'll come back from break and see how this market's going to open.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow off 52 points, S&P off 7. Composite down 15. Small caps lead the charge on the way down, off a little over 4 points. Microsoft down 10 pennies. Intel off 4. Google up $3 and change. Apple down $8, gapping down this morning. Some volume coming out at the open on Apple. Green Mountain Coffee Roasters up $6 and change. Costco wholesale up $4 and change here. Gulfport Energy up a couple bucks. Google, as I said, was up 3 to the downside. The fresh market struggling this morning, off 17%. Out with numbers. If we take a look at their numbers here, they had $10.9 million in net income versus $9 million the previous year. They did revenues $321 versus $263 million out there. Looks like they have reaffirmed some weak guidance out here because they are certainly getting hammered out there. Apple next down off $10 and change. You then have gold. Gold's getting whacked this morning here. Gold is trading off $30 and change right now. That's down 1 7/10%. Silver off 84 cents here. Light sweet crude down $1.43. The King not really moving much, up 12 ticks right now, out at $80.55. Over in Germany, the DAX is trading off $52. The FTSE's down 30. The Nikkei giving it up last night, off 1 2/10% to 115 points to the downside. The Shanghai taking out a B point, taking out a swing point. The Shanghai says it wants lower price out there. Traded off 18 points last night. The Hang Seng off 135. Now, the Nikkei, we'll take a look at the Nikkei chart because it had both a Gartley sell, 0.618 Gartley sell, and a butterfly sell pattern out there. So we'll take a look at those two as well. Our call number is always 877-927-6648. And I'm remiss because I didn't say thank you to each and every one of you out there that sent along your kind prayers, whether it was by email messages that were out there or just simply your thoughts and getting me back to health as quick as possible. Many folks sending me emails with different remedies out there to overcome flu-type symptoms and so forth. And I really do want to say how much all of your emails, they're just a real positive influence. And I apologize for not saying that earlier, but I really am grateful for all of the listeners that we have and just the family that we have here at TFNN. If we go take a look at Apple here, Apple at the open, gapping down. And in the first 5 minutes of trading, 2 million shares to the downside. That is coming against a swing point here that did 2.4 million shares to the upside. So the low of that swing point takes you back to 9:40, let's say, in the morning on November the 26th out there. That low of 573.71. So far, that area is holding out there. If that breaks through, what you'll see Apple do, you'll probably see Apple pretty quickly get into the $544 price range. That would be $30 to the downside. We'll pay attention to the intraday volumes out here. That's the 5-minute chart. Let's go take a look at some of these equities out here. Well, let's go over and take a look at gold, see what gold is doing. As I mentioned, gold now trading down a little bit, about $31. Gold here, and I mentioned this, I think, maybe I only mentioned it, it was probably my newsletter, because I wasn't here yesterday, obviously. Now, when we were taking a look at gold, maybe we did this on Monday, we're taking a look at the horizontal trading range that was out there, just simply a short-term horizontal trading range that was out there. And if we just simply measured from the bottom to the top, the bottom here of that range, I would use the November 7th low. That was 1703. And the high would just simply use the following or two trading sessions later on the 9th out at 1739. Gold should have been able to, once it broke that channel, whichever direction, should have been able to have broken that and moved up $40. That would have sent gold up into the 1780 range, would have been a test of the October 5th swing point, most likely 1774.50. So that's where it really should have gone. It didn't have enough strength to get up there. That was giving us an indication that maybe there was something wrong. Also, in yesterday morning's newsletter that I sent out, we had the Greek finance ministers, we had the European Union and the IMF go ahead and agree with Greece on their debt deal out there. Now, Friday's news was that Cameron came out and he said, no way, period, are we going to agree to a deal out there, if the market was able to consume that news and move forward. So, yesterday, when the market wasn't able to take the supposed good news out there and to move the markets, that was a sign that maybe there was a change in psychology in the markets out there. And certainly that is what we're seeing out there. Excuse me for a minute. Sorry about that. And so now we're seeing gold trade down. Gold's going to come back into, now I've said that gold really, in my opinion, is in more of a bearish than a bullish mode out there. We'll see gold move down into the swing point from November 5th out there, 223,000 contracts on the continuous contract. And we'll see what type of volume gold has the downside. So far today, 150,000 contracts. So we go take a look at silver out here. Silver actually has had almost more of a bullish pattern. That was until today than gold did. Silver taking back already 4 or 5 days worth of trading, getting down into the November 21st level. That low out there is $32.82. So we'll see here. Silver. Let's pay attention to silver as it comes into November 16th out there. That swing point anywhere from $32 and a penny to $32.68. Let's go now take a look at some of these stocks here that are moving and grooving. Let's go take a look at the fresh market. The ticker symbol out there is TFM. So as we go take a look at the fresh market, down percentage-wise pretty big. Let's go see if the volume is behind the move. Oh, it most certainly is. My goodness. So now we're going to see a equity here. This is a IPO, not too old out here. This IPO goes back to the time frame of November the 5th, 2010. So you got about a year's worth of data out here. And let's see, we did see some, let's see here, was this, I wouldn't say that was institutional selling out here. The real first sign of weakness in the fresh market really came on August the 29th. That was the first time that you saw any volume off of the top here to the downside. You can see this price spread on that was from $61.69 down to $53 even. You've got this high volume bar here, but it was at the low, was coming into an area where it had broken out, and that wasn't really volume off of the top here. In fact, that area really held as support, and I'm talking about June 13th. You had 9.2 million shares there. That was a high volume low. But you can see as the market, as the fresh market, how about that? As the fresh market pulled back to that area and formed a hammer candle on July 23rd, it was 536,000 shares going against 9.6 million shares. No chance was that going to break that area down. You then got a little bit of a bullish engulfing candle, quite frankly, on July 25th before you had the fresh market gap up. So right now, you've got the fresh market coming right back into that same area. So today's close on the fresh market is going to be important because one thing, I'm going to draw the line across here. This is really the line in the sand. This is the open window. Now, boy, excuse me out there. I try not to do that too often. If we take a look at the open window, the gap up, that is from May 30th out here. Now, it was only 2.3 million to the upside. But what it's also really going against here is this day, in my opinion, is also the June 13th day. But this is an open area. This is an open window. It's an open gap. It was tested as a support level. It was tested with that hammer on July 23rd. So that July 23rd hammer, if you're long and you get a close below 49.38, if you're long, what happens? If you're long, you're absolutely wrong out there. Now, and also because this was an area of support. So the fresh market, very key today for it to be able to hold this level. Now, it's got volume coming out of it. So far, 1.5 million shares, but price is going to be the true arbiter here. Once you close this area, that no longer becomes an area of support. That will have been a window or a gap that had been fixed, and I just simply will take it off my reading and whether or not that would be an area of support any longer out there. If the fresh market blows through this area, certainly the May 24 swing point low, $46.56, but certainly you're getting volume off the top for a second time on the fresh market out here, starting to become a broken stock, not a good thing. How about Joseph A. Banks? You know, this morning as I was coming in, I heard they were just basically, if you walk in the store, other than the cash register, they're giving away everything. You buy one suit, you get 2 suits free and a telephone, an Android device. Now, I don't know which Android device it is that they're giving away, but truly out there, I don't know. I haven't. Actually, I don't shop in Joseph A. Banks, but, they must really just mark the heck up out of their clothing in order to be able to give away the store just to come in. But let's go take a look at the stock chart, because they're giving away the store here in the stock chart today. As this is moving down, it's down about 10% here this morning, trading down $4 and change out to 42.53 at the moment. Now, this is moving down into a sign of strength as well. So Joseph A. Banks here is going to give you some pretty valuable information as it comes. And this will be the first time of testing its most recent sign of strength. That happened to be, maybe this was an earnings report, August 29th, August, September, October, November. So, yeah, it would make sense that earnings, so let's go take a look at their earnings report here, see what we've got out here on Joseph A. Banks. Total sales, $232 million versus $209. So they're getting people in the store, and and if you did need a suit, I'm assuming that they've got different classes or different price points of suits. I imagine if you buy a $1,000 suit, you get $2,000 suits out there included in the deal. So so certainly they're driving their top line numbers. If we take a look at the bottom line numbers, let's see what we can find here. Oh, bottom line. Well, that's not a surprise. $13.3 million versus $15 million. But just kind of consider that, folks. They increased revenues by, $20 million or more, and they lost another $1.5 million in net income out there. Unbelievable. Anyways, that's the competition of being in the clothier business out here. So most importantly is, what is the stock behavior and what is it doing? It's certainly coming back against that sign of strength out here from August the 28th. Again, the volume, the gap up there, 4.3 million shares so far today. 16 minutes of trading, 437,000 shares to the downside. So it's got the volume coming out if it continues up at this pace out here. Let's pull this back here further. You can see, really, if we put this on the weekly basis, it'll be easier to see the consolidation that it is trading in here. So it's really been trading in the consolidation range. Says to me that if it fixes that little gap up, that window, you should see Joseph A. Banks trade down into the 39.91 level. This is an area that has been we'll just draw the line straight across the screen here. This has been an area that has held as a pretty strong support level, which you can use the low of the swing point from August 19th, $40.46. So you can see just simply how the bodies of those candles have basically held that area. Goes back, it's quite a, not too bad of a support area going back into the August 2011. So about 14 months out there, 13, 14 months out there. That is on Joseph A. Banks. Let's go see what is popping to the upside. You got Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, GMCR, having a heck of a day out here. I believe they were out with the earnings. You've got some decent volume here behind this. Now, this is an equity that absolutely got demolished. Let's just simply go ahead and erase the screen. When I say demolished, we're talking about trading from a high back in September 2011 out at the $113, $115, $16. So September 20th, it's at $115.98. We'll call it $116. And, they used to be the primary supplier, I believe. All their eggs were in one basket, the primary supplier of Starbucks out there. It trades from $116 down to $17. Holy cow, folks. That's losing 90% of your value. That's from July of the 2012 level. So that's going from September of 2011. So less than a year. 6, 7, 8, 9 months down to lose 90% of its value out here. I would not be one that would be all over this. I'll have to do more research on this, but Green Mountain Coffee Roasters moving up into the gap down, and it's a major gap down. The volume off of that was 87 million shares. That was the daily volume. So far today, gapping up nicely with 6.7 million shares. This, folks, is probably the ultimate in short covering going on out here. This is not anything to be long. Of course, it's also nothing to be short here today. That was Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. Costco having a nice session here today, up 4.76% here. Let's see, what do we have here on Costco? Looks like they see November comps rising by 5%. We'll be right back, folks. Got the Dow off 68.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to check out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We've got the Dow off 69 points right now. S&P off about 9. Composite down 21. Small caps off 7. The New York Stock Exchange off 55 points, down about 0.7% there. Pretty much keeping up and leading the charge on the way down. So that does say something, because the New York Stock Exchange has been a leader, has been the strength out there. The NDX 100 off 16 points right now, about 0.6%. King dollar up 13 cents. Let's go take a look at the XLF, the financial sector here, gapping down this morning. Trade out right now at 1552. Volume so far today, in just the first 25 minutes of trading, you've got 3 million shares to the downside, coming up against the area where it gapped up that has 52 million shares from November the 19th. That low is 1549. It has traded as low as 1551. You're going to get some pretty good information from the financial sector inside the S&P today. Why? Because the financial sector also has been strong out here. The financial sector, just to give you an idea of how strong it's been, because normally what we talk about is how weak the financial sector is. But you want to make sure that you're using similar benchmarks. So if we come off of, and this is the S&P now, so if we take a look at the October 4th low out here, and we just simply use that trend line, what you'll see is that the financial sector never broke the trend line on its move down, coming down into the lows that were put in on November 16th. However, we go take a look at the actual S&P. So let's go do that. Let's go over and take a look at the S&P. We'll go back and forth just simply to benchmark this for you so you get an idea of what it is that Stevie's saying, so that you don't think that he's hallucinating after his recent bout of sickness out here. Let's come off of let's come off of the October, the same low, the October 4th low out here. We take a look at that trend line hitting the June 4th, but you can see the S&P itself got well below that trend line, made the 1 to 1.272. So with inside the S&P, what you're looking for is where was the strength? Well, the strength, quite frankly, was inside the financial sector. It's why when we went long inside my newsletter, that was the sector inside the S&P that we went long. We also were long the NASDAQ because, I saw the reversal that was coming in Apple. So we take a look at let's go back to the financials out here. You can see that it was strong. So now you're going to get from strength, you're going to find out whether or not there still is strength in the marketplace or whether there is some weakness here. And that weakness, that's going to give you that information as it comes in to test the gap up from November the 19th. So 1549 is a critical price point on the XLF. If you hold that area, you test it, get down to 15, anything less than 1549, close back above it, do it on more than 52 million shares. That will make you say, something to think about. Most certainly it will say something to think about. And so that's on the XLF. Let's go take a look at the XLE out here, see what the energy sector inside the financials are doing. Let's go take a look at that. That was not as strong as the XLF. If we take a look at I don't think it was. If we go take a look at the coming off of October the 4th out here, I was wrong about that. That also was a strong sector with inside. The S&P 500 was obviously the XLK, the technology sector. That was the weak link out here. As we too take a look at the energy sector, that now gapping down below the November 19th level. That price point is 69.81. There was 11.5 million shares so far today. 921,000 shares, so 921 going against 11 million, only 28 minutes of trading. Folks, thanks so much for being here. I can tell you it's great to be back in the saddle again. As more and more time goes on here this morning, I'm feeling better and better. May not sound it, but it is great to be here. Remember this, folks. Always remember this. And that's it. You've got an amazing power within yourself. That power is so strong, it'll create a life of abundance. It'll cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, paint magnificent masterpieces, and create loving families. Thanks so much for being a part of the TFNN family. We love you, and have a great day. Bye-bye now.